afternoon. Happy and blessed Wednesday, everyone. I have the last two times I have kept forgetting to add myself on the screen, so it might show up black. Sometimes I get nervous. Sometimes I it feels like my first time here with you guys, but each and every week I'm just grateful to be here with you all. And for those who are new here, welcome. My name is Catherine Barnett, and I go by Cat Barnett. And this is the Cat Barnett Podcast, episode 59. And I also help women who struggle with confidence in their faith and fitness develop strategies and systems that lead them to gain clarity, direction, and purpose so that they can be fulfilled as they walk in their calling faithfully. And once again, I'm just here with you guys, just another week, and gonna get right to it. I think over the last probably year or so, I've been hearing different types of like myths about like is it bad to eat before you go to bed? And it just depends really the specifics in it. So I want to kind of get into that because I fell into, both categories. So I want to kind of dive into like I think the best approach to late night snacking because I feel like we've all been there at least sometimes, or we're currently in it. I know sometimes, just depending on my work schedule, I get hungry at 10, 11 p.m. at night. So, whether it's the late night meal or a midnight snack, chances are you've heard a lot of tips and advice about whether or not it's okay before going to bed to eat. So, from messing with your metabolism to maintaining blood sugar levels, I think there's a wide range of thought around that. And, just doing my research, talking to, professionals, uh, I think is the truth is that we should avoid eating right before bed, but that's not always realistic. So there is, I think, the good and the bad about eating before bed, and like what's okay to even eat if you have to eat or snack on something. So should you eat before bed? I think, and research shows that no, you should not eat before bed. And one reason is because of the way your body functions. So when you eat late at night, you're going against your body's Okay, okay. I don't know. I think I was having technical difficulties. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can see me, let me know. If you're watching this live, it seems like I was having technical difficulties, but I think I'm back. So I'm gonna keep going. I hope you guys can see me, hear me. Sorry, you may hear a mower in the in the background. I'm getting my lawn mowed right now, so just bear with me. But yeah, back to it. I don't think it's good to eat late, but if you are going to eat something at night, you just need a midnight snack, or you just are just feeling a little hungry. Let's dive into what is okay to eat before bed if you need to eat anything. So, in the best case of scenario, is that you don't eat anything before bed, but that's not always realistic. Maybe work keeps you up at late if you work second or third shift, or your eating schedule gets thrown off and you need, something. So if you're really hungry, steamed or raw vegetables is the best way to go. That was also um, told by a registered dietitian. But if you're like me and you need something sweet, there are options that won't do too much damage, such as vegetables, carrots, broccoli with hummus. I love sweet type of hummus. It's always good with vegetables. Other steamed or raw vegetables like grape tomatoes or snap peas. An apple with a tablespoon of peanut butter. I love that. Or bananas and peanut butter is really put any type of fruit with peanut butter and I'll eat it because I love peanut butter. Some fruit with a small piece of dark chocolate is also good, or with Greek yogurt. I know a big one that my nutritionist put me on is taking Greek yogurt and taking a protein bar and crumbling it up in your Greek yogurt and putting like honey or a sugar-free like fudge syrup on top. Man, it's a perfect sweet treat. So I hope y'all are taking notes and you guys are writing these down. And these options provide your body with protein and some healthy fat while also helping you feel full. So, just as important as what you eat before bed, though, is how much you eat. So, it's really important to think about portions. So, when a we get in a lot of trouble when we're just mindlessly eating, right? Out of a big container or while watching TV or playing video games. It's almost like having an infinite supply of something, which is very dangerous. So, even if you break down and go for something sweeter, like myself sometimes does, keep it to one or two cookies, not a whole sleeve or package of them. What you should avoid before bed is, if you want a good night's sleep, skip everything high in fat and sugar like that candy or bowl of ice cream. Um, and for me, because I love ice cream, I had to just result into getting creative with it. Still finding ice cream, but finding protein ice cream or vegan ice cream or non um, added sugar ice cream. There's different options out there, y'all. And I think you need to especially be careful about two other things, which is number one, caffeine. Not only does it disrupt your sleep, but it plays a huge role in weight gain. Um, a lot of caffeine intake in the evenings comes from soda and other high sugar drinks. I know a couple of my friends work third shift. I used to work third shift. So I know how it can be, the grind of it. But you got to be careful of drinking the energy drinks because I know a lot of people to get through, they have to drink coffee or energy drinks when they work third shift. And a lot of that stuff has a lot of sugar, even if it says, non sugar or sugar free. You have to be careful because some of that stuff can still have hidden sugars in them. So just be mindful of your caffeine intake, especially at night. But third shift, that is a different type of normal. So I do recommend drinking some type of caffeine, but like I said before, it's about portions and not overdoing it. Number two is gonna be alcohol. Besides extra calories, this can also be disruptive to sleep. So some people react differently to alcohol. Not everybody's the same. While it may relax some people before bed, it may still be disruptive to some. And so pay attention to how it affects you. And again, it's about keeping your body as healthy as possible before bed to keep it from storing those excess calories as fat. And if you're just getting what I'm putting down, please put value in the chat or just let me know live. And, you know, some questions I also get or I've asked to, professionals is what's the best time to stop eating before bed? Because I know there's a lot of myths out there. Even my own parents to this day will still tell me if I'm on the phone with them late at night or something, you shouldn't be eating if I'm munching on something and it's like 10 at night. You shouldn't be eating that late. You should stop eating at 7 or 8 p.m. So, what's the best time to stop eating before bed? And I believe in just doing the research that the best time to stop eating is about 3 hours before going to bed, because this allows plenty of time for your body to digest the last food you ate so it won't disrupt your sleep, but leaves a small enough window before sleep that you won't go to bed feeling hungry. And it also gives people with acid reflexes time to avoid symptoms before bed as well. So eating your last meal too early can also be a concern to some people. So if you're going to bed hungry, that can also be disruptive to your sleep, which can have some negative effects as well. So be mindful of, you want to find that balance of, not eating too soon before bedtime, but not eating like an hour to 30 minutes before bed as well. So, um, for some people who are early diners but late to bed, a late evening snack, a healthy one, like, some of the suggestions that I listed prior, might be a good idea to avoid that disruptive hunger at night. That late evening snack, as long as it's healthy, could even be beneficial to helping you sleep better in those type of circumstances. So, as for like a specific time, I'm gonna say, it really depends on you because whether you eat earlier in the day, um, or your last meal is at 7 p.m., or you're more of a night owl like myself, so your last meal is around 9 or 10 p.m. It's that 3 hour window that's gonna be that most important for you to eat before bed, or just as before your nightly routine. I also recommend that's a good time to eat, because really people wind down at least an hour or two before actual bed for their nightly routine. So I recommend, eating probably an hour before your nightly routine if you have one. And if you don't have a nightly routine, just keep in mind of eating 3 hours prior before bed. And before I bring this in for a close, this episode, I just want to say that keeping a 3 hour window, it's gonna help for different reasons. It's gonna help ensure a less disruptive sleep, and it's also going to help a healthier body when you wake up and get ready to face and win the day. So just really keep that in mind. And anyone that came in later on this episode, I really encourage you to go back and watch the replay on my YouTube channel, because it's really certain myths of not um or when you should eat before bed. So really I break it down in this episode of just my opinion and also the research of what I found out. So definitely check it out. And before I wrap this episode up, I do want to really encourage you guys to come back next week, because I will be having my 60th episode, which I think that's just wild to me. And I'm going to have a very special guest on that episode with me. And we're going to be discussing mental health, body image, self image, and how those things affect our health. So you're going to want to come back, and you're not going to want to miss next week's episode. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And you're going to want to see who is my special guest. So next week, if you come back and you tune in, you will see and you'll get to hear some great value being dropped. So with that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying the first week of September, and the winding down the last weeks of summer. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And as always, peace, love, and blessings. And I'll catch you guys right back here next Wednesday. Peace.